Welcome to The Pitch. Our second presenter is JoJo. Let's see what she has in store for us.
Hi, I'm JoJo Zavich. I am the creator and director of The Fabulous Four, which is a documentary miniseries about tennis. And as any of the top men's tennis players can tell you, tennis is a sport that requires agility, speed, strength, heart, and no small degree of diligence. So basically, these are the top four, the Fabulous Four men's tennis players. And I just want people, I think when people hear the word tennis, they automatically think it's boring because it's running back and forth, or it's violent because the stuff that they show on TV is of them slamming their rackets or throwing them at people. And I think they don't realize the physicality and the mental aspect of the sport. And I think that these players show that really well because they are the top four, and they are separate from 5 to 100. So I think people need to recognize them and, you know, tennis, not just football and basketball and baseball, but tennis as well. And so I guess that's my pitch.
So how do you think your project will improve the state of the game with maybe those in the public that maybe watch it occasionally but don't actually play it?
I think if they see how hard it is and the amount of time and effort that goes into it, or, you know, just to see it more and have a little bit of a background where all these players came from, and maybe it could spark something in them, say, oh, I could do that, or, you know, I would like a hobby like that just to release stress, and because that's what they talk about as a stress releaser. And you know, I think people could say like, oh yeah, even though I'm not good, but it might just be good to go out and get that stress off, or I want to get interested into a sport, and it's an individual sport, so you don't need a team, and that's it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that maybe you could have a Fabulous 8 and include some female players as well?
Yeah, I guess so, but I was thinking the men, because more people watch the men. Like, I talked to my friends, they're both girls and guys, and they just prefer to watch the men. For girls for that reason, obviously, and guys because, well, the competitive side of it as well.
So what demographic are you trying to reach with the documentary?
I guess just people who like tennis, people who like sports, people who want to learn something new, who wants to keep an open mind on things. And I think it would be good for, you know, for the sport because it is global everywhere else, and they recognize it like in other countries, but over here it's like, oh, that's stupid, or people just put it down, and it's not stupid to some people. It's actually, you know, a career for some people, or it's someone's life, and I don't feel like we should put it down. I feel like we should, you know, keep an open mind about it.
What's one thing about the sport you'd want the audience to get from your project?
That it's about 10% physical and 90% mental. I think people don't realize what they go through when they play, what you go through when you play a match, because there's so many emotions that you have to keep in check, and you might have to play for 5 hours, and I don't think people really understand that.
I'm sorry, it looks like we're out of time, but next on The Pitch is Patrick. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
About the relations, but I've had people describe it to me like going to New Orleans during Mardi Gras, and like